people, the long-awaited 4th installment of Anime Coliseum is now here. We're here. And who's running through the Coliseum today? Who's moving up on the Gauntlet? Who's coming through the Living Tower? It's none other than Chainsaw Man himself, that boy Denji. Before we start our climb of the tower, let's highlight some of Denji's strengths. First and foremost, his durability. He's also pretty fast, so I'm going to take his speed into account in all of these fights. He's also really quick on his feet, so I'm going to give him some twitch reflexes. He also has very high one-shot potential. I mean, the moment those blades get a hold of you, it's pretty much over. Alright, that's going to do it for Denji's strengths. Let's go ahead and get straight into the tower. Round 1, Denji vs Senku. And let's be honest, base level Denji is wiping Senku. Senku's not doing nothing in hand-to-hand combat. We not giving him time to prep or anything like that. He's getting washed. Moving on, round 2, we got Reagan. We're not 100% Reagan. We're not doing that. That's wild. 100% Reagan washes Denji, base Denji, chainsaw Denji. Probably end of story Denji. I don't know. I haven't read the manga. Also, this is just anime. But base Reagan getting wiped out by Denji. A couple nut shots probably, honestly. Alright, after that, we got our first actual hero. Moomin Rider. He's not that strong still. I don't think base Denji probably still has this one in the bag, if I'm being honest. A couple nut crushes. I mean, it's like a cheap shot move. He's gonna do it. He's gonna pull it out. Everybody knows that. But I got Denji moving on. Moomin Rider is really not putting out enough to take out a Denji. A chainsaw devil, really. Let's be honest. Next up, we got Mineta, and I see this going one way. Denji doesn't know Mineta's powers. Denji pulls out the chainsaws, though, you know, chainsaws up and stuff like that. And then Mineta gets one of his arms stuck. He sticks one of his arms stuck to like a wall or the ground or something like that. Mineta thinks he probably got a big win coming out. Rushes in. Denji like, this is nothing. Chops off that arm with the other one, then slices up Mineta. Sadly, Great Boy does not finish this fight. Next up, we have Hercule, the man who one-punched Goku himself. Don't believe me? Roll the clip.
Satan punch!
Oh! Oh! I forgot my tracking. Oh!
Getting washed by Denji, let's be honest. Usopp is just a sniper. He's boom, pop, pop, pop. Denji does have speed though. He does have that speed, so you gotta watch out for that for real. I see Usopp getting in some shots on Denji, and Denji dodging most of them. The shots that Usopp does get in, I don't think it's gonna be damaging enough. And by the time Denji closes the distance, it's already gonna be wrapped. So I got Denji moving on. This next one is a little interesting because Kenichi can dodge a lot of the chainsaws. He's gonna dodge a lot of them, like moving like Ultra Instinct. Nah, I'm playing. But everyone knows Kenichi's the mightiest disciple. He's a kung fu martial arts master at this point in time. I'm saying he gets out of the way of a lot. He hits Denji quite a bit, but he doesn't get any significant strikes. I mean, he's putting the pressure on Denji, but he's not getting anything significant. Denji's vital points are now covered up at this point. He's chainsawed up, at least neck and above. He probably gets a couple arms, but Kenichi's not gonna do anything. But you're gonna put him in an armbar, then get sliced up. I mean, like I said, I think Denji's one-shot potential is really what it comes from in this battle. And the moment Denji lays a hand on Kenichi, it's pretty much wraps. Not a hand, but a chainsaw. Alright, sort of like the last battle, but I don't see Thorfinn putting out enough damage to wrap up Denji. I mean, Denji's durability is, without a doubt, high. It's definitely high up there. We've seen him go through a lot. And see him get right back up, wrap that chainsaw back up, and let's get it going. So I don't think Thorfinn's putting out enough damage. I don't think his blades are long enough to really like just cut, I guess, a significant part of Denji off. I mean, even if he does, he still has 2 more chainsaws. But because he's not going through straight torso. I do like that Thorfinn has 2 blades. That does put him at a better match than probably a couple later people on, but still. And this is a young Thorfinn. This is not Farmland Saga Thorfinn with just fists. This Farmland Saga is getting washed. This Thorfinn probably putting up a little bit better of a fight, I would say, just because he does have weapons. Next up, we got Mugen from Samurai Champloo. And I do one thing off from Mugen is he does have a longer sword. So if he is able to cut Denji and he's like straight cut him in half, then he has it in the bag. But I just don't think we can sleep on Denji's speed that much, because Denji is a very fast character. Actually, he's not slow. He does have 3 blades, so I'm like, even if Mugen cuts off an arm, he does have 2 more. I think if he gets in that close, though, it is going to be a little dangerous for him. I got Denji taking this one. I mean, the one-shot potential for Denji is literally just going to take him through a lot. And Denji does have some really, really, really quick reflexes as well. Alright, moving on to Edward Elric. Denji's probably highest level of difficulty in a fight. This is going to be a crazy one. I think that Edward's going to control for most of the fight. He's going to hit Denji a couple times significantly. He's going to damage him pretty badly. Denji's still going to be able to move. That durability factor is pretty high up there. So I'm like, Denji's going to get hit with some rocks. So not like some pebbles, but you're going to get hit with some boulders, some big moving rocks, and take some significant damage. I do think Denji's durability might get him through this, and he does have really quick reflexes and is pretty fast. And I see Edward throwing out a lot of strikes, quite a bit of them hitting, especially like close range wise. But I think most of him he's gonna be able to keep Denji at a better distance than most fighters. But I think Denji's speed and reflexes eventually allow him to close the gap, and he might swing and miss a few times, but the moment he connects, the game is over. Edward is down for the count. So I got Denji moving past Edward. Very high difficulty though. Denji's last leg type shit. I think the drive to grab that boob to make out with Makima is gonna propel him forward through beat Edward. Alright, after Edward, it's Arthur from Fire Force. And let's just say that this one's gonna be even tougher match for Denji. Let's go durability. I think Denji is gonna have the durability here in this one, but I think Arthur does have some durability as well. I think him having the fireman gear on does boost up some armor stats basically. One shot potential. They both literally have one shot potential. Let's be honest. Like, I think either one of them, if they really like cut the other one, it's probably wraps. Speed wise, I'm going Arthur. I think Arthur's quite a bit faster than Denji, so that's gonna hurt Denji quite a bit. Reflexes, both of them pretty much on it, but I think Denji probably takes it a little bit in reflexes. I just don't see Arthur losing this one. I'm not gonna lie. The plasma sword cutting through everything Chainsaw Man can throw out. I don't see. This is a low diff fight for Arthur. He's winning this one. Denji puts up as the hardest fight as he can, but the dream dies here. Denji is done for. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it, comment, share, all the stuff that you do. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got more videos coming soon. Thanks for joining us. If you want to see more Anime Coliseum videos, drop some names down in the comment who you want to see go through the Gauntlet. Also, the Gauntlet is going to be changing a little bit. Obviously, people have gotten stronger in certain animes, so we're going to have it and change it around now. Please don't like hammer me in the head because Tanjiro's so low.